This past weekend, the Army women's hockey team hosted their annual Skate for the Cure weekend and held their teddy bear toss. This was the second annual teddy bear toss, this year led by Amanda Pantaleo. Pantaleo was the leader of this event to fill a requirement for the Colonials Leadership Academy. Pantaleo was able to see how much fun the event was the year before and decided that it would be a good role for her to take over this season. The teddy bears were flying after Amber Rennie gave the Colonials their first goal to give them a 1-0 lead over the Penn State Nittany Lions. Fun was had. It was a very successful weekend for the Skate for the Cure weekend for the Army women's hockey team. Reporting live for Army Central Media, I'm Ian Kist. Coming up on Colonial Sports Center, David Szymanski of Army Central Media sits down with us, and I know Rashad, you're excited to talk men's basketball with him.
Definitely. I love basketball, but even more excited about this interview we have with Brady Ferguson here in studio with our own Adeline Burdine later in the show.
Action-packed show, you don't want to miss it. This is Colonial Sports Center. Welcome to Colonial Sports Center. I'm Ian Kist. Alongside me again, Rashad Christian.
Yep.
Bow tie, I like it. Looks like you just came from prom.
Yeah, we're going to kick it old school today.
Kicking it old school, I like it. Welcome back to Colonial Sports Center. And before we end the show, we'll do like we always, the upcoming games at RMU Athletics. And Rashad, it's been an action-packed show, but it's all that we have for you guys. Today, our viewers, come back next Thursday for another edition of Colonial Sports Center with Rashad and I. In their continuous journey to the top of the NEC standings, the women's basketball team took on the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers, a team who's in the middle of the NEC playoff push in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Rashad, that's your hometown. You close to Emmitsburg?
Home state. Not too close.
Okay.
Maybe about 45 minutes or so.
To the gymnasium we go. A nice feed to Nikki Lamprey. We're going to hear her name quite a bit here in this highlight. Again, right in front of the opposing bench, not intimidated at all. We're going to head to the second quarter. Colonials saw their Janaea Brown, the Colonials saw their lead. It was 18-8, and now only 22-15, and now it's 22-18 as Mountaineers all game found the perimeter shooting almost in the same spot as Lamprey from before, right in front of her bench this time.
Yep.
And the pass down finds Nneka Exebo with the and one, a bunch of and ones, the old-fashioned three-point plays in these past few highlights. And again, extending the arc, almost NBA three, almost like LeBron James out there. In the fourth quarter, Nikki Lamprey with a fadeaway jumper. But then Mountaineers not going away, fighting for the rebound, got the and one, 45-42, but the Colonials would be victorious at 50-44. After losing their lead 4 minutes into the start of the third quarter, Army regrouped and dominated the remainder of the game, not letting the home team get the upper hand for a second time. The senior sensation Nikki Lamprey once again paced Robert Morris' offense with 15 total points. Junior Michaela Mulray was active on the glass, corralling 15 rebounds. So, when you looked at the stat sheet tonight, what stood out tonight that was different from previous weeks? And Rashad, you can weigh in on this.
Yeah.
You keep saying we're preparing for next season. Now, is this season a wash, or do the Colonials have a legit chance? Welcome to Colonial Sports Center. I'm Ian Kist, alongside me, my partner, Rashad Christian. And then we're going to head to Emmitsburg, Maryland, as we get some news of the men's basketball team as they took on the Mount St. Mary's, that is. And the women's basketball team got back to action Saturday against Bryant Bulldogs, trying to get a nasty taste of their 15-point loss to St. Francis 5 days before out of their mouths. Welcome back to Colonial Sports Center. We saw the clip from Nikki, but when we come back, CJ Bacall, men's beat writer for CentralMedia.com, will be here to go over some clips of men's hockey. Now, the women's hockey team looked to build off of their last win over Lindenwood when they headed north of the 84 Lumber Arena for their first game of the weekend Friday evening against the Mercyhurst Lakers in Erie, Pennsylvania. When we come back from break, like we promised, Adeline Burdine will be in studio with the three captains of the women's lacrosse team, and then we will also get some little info on the men's lacrosse team. And that is all the time we have on Colonial Sports Center this evening. But stay tuned like every Thursday, or not stay tuned, come back every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. for another edition next week. Colonial struggled early on as they allowed a total of 5 goals to the Orange, 3 of which came in the second period. Stephanie Grossi of Syracuse shot only twice in this game, but both shots hit the back of the net as she finished with 2 goals. JC Gibbard scored RMU's only goal, which brings her season total to 16. Brittany Howard was held scoreless this game, and would mark for the first time this season which Howard was held to no points in 2 consecutive games. Now, let's take a look at the updated CHA standings. Robert Morris still solid there, 10-2-2. Syracuse, big win.
Right,
they
on
didn't get
their
the
tail.
second win.
Yeah.
Big win because Syracuse would have really put the Colonials in a pickle. And then you have Mercyhurst, Penn State, RIT. Welcome to Colonial Game Day's coverage of RMU men's lacrosse versus Cleveland State here at Joe Walton Stadium. We're in conjunction with the Colonial Sports Network. I'm Ian Kist. Alongside me is Logan Carney. 2 games of non-conference play. In the midst of conference play, they took on Canisius in their previous game this past Tuesday. So now let's recap you and tell you where this team sits right now as we take a look at their win against Canisius.